Okay, what's going on, people? So I'm going to be unboxing some stuff, talking about whatever, mostly the stuff that I'm unboxing, unless people show up in the comments or whatever. It's a thing. Sometimes people pop in and they start asking some questions or whatever, and then I do that. But I don't know, it's kind of hit and miss, right? So we'll see how today plays out. Honestly, I'm good either way. I like being able to just sit down and do these and just fly through it. And sometimes though, like people come in and they ask some stuff that's like pretty interesting, right? Then a little bit of a conversation develops. So we're gonna start with this bag right here. This is just gonna be what is this? Like the comic books I picked up last Wednesday, right? Last Wednesday. Keep forgetting this backwards thing. So either way, right? I'm not gonna say sit here and act like I'm some big comic book guy, right? But every Wednesday I do go to the local shop and go and see what's new, right? And pick up some stuff. And then there's Kevin. He's often in here talking about like the Roosevelt's things and whatnot. What's going on to you as well, right? Hopefully things are going fine for you. I know last time you were here, I think we were talking about no, that was like a message. Did you get anything from the Black Friday sale? That's my question to you before you hit me with a question. And what? Please, I'm actually kind of curious. So yeah, I picked up this. This is just like the AEW Origins. It's a DC collaboration thing that they did for reasons unknown. I remember seeing something about this at San Diego Comic Con. Speaking of, tickets go on sale this weekend at 9 a.m. California time, I guess. I think that's when like the actual sale starts, but the waiting room opens an hour before that. So if you're looking to go to San Diego Comic Con this weekend, Saturday, that's your moment to make that happen. And hello to you, Michael Hack. Hello to you. And what Psylocke? I don't remember. Oh yeah, that did come out. Like that's crazy. I was looking at this and like, I don't remember this coming out. But yeah, so I picked up a Psylocke cover. Well, one of the variant covers, right? Got a little foil action. Yeah, pretty cool, right? So I don't remember what this one was as far as like if it, how limited it might be. I also picked up this one. It's the same issue, honestly, just a different cover. Because sometimes, oftentimes, if there's a thing that I like, these are super slippery, so I got to move these. If there's a thing that I like, I pick it up in a handful of covers, right? There was this one. I think this is just the standard, right? Yeah, it doesn't say. Yeah, this is the From the Ashes thing, so that's just going to be your standard release. Not my favorite, but I was getting so many other ones. I figured let's just do that too. This one I'd seen a couple times on various other websites, and I wasn't sure if I was going to get it or not. But in person, it looked a little bit better than I thought it might. So there's that, and another one here, right? There are some others that I still do kind of want, but I don't know if I'll actually go online and seek those out. And then this one, I think there was a Virgin variation of this one too, which is basically the same thing but no words on it. I'm gonna read your thing there in a second, there, Mister Kevin. And then that's upside down. And then this one right here. So this one also, I didn't think it looked all that great either, but it was fine enough, and I was just getting a little trigger happy, adding stuff to the cart, which was basically like my hand in that moment. So let's see. He is saying doing good. Just got back from Hawaii. I got the Batman blueprints. Okay. I think I know which one that is. A few florals and the reserve shirt jacket. Those shirt jackets. That's an interesting thing to me. I'm not a jacket person. I don't own one, honestly. I live in Virginia. I just don't have a reason to have one personally, right? That's just my take on it. Because to me, it just doesn't get that cold out here. A lot of people would disagree, and I get that based on you, where you're from, how you live your life, whatever. Right. There could be some disagreements there. I'm also not outside a whole lot, right? If I like worked outside, maybe I'd have a different feeling. This comes from Clayton Crane. I don't know if you recognize that. I kind of tore into it before I could really talk about it. So I buy a lot of random stuff from him too. I'm not sure what this is going to be, but the presentation is always nice. Puts it in this nice paper that you have to speak loudly to talk over when you're opening it. Little inconvenient in that way. But let's go ahead, see what's happening. Let's see, bring these scissors, not scissors, bring this knife over one more time. Oh, okay, is this just one? Or is it two? Okay, yeah, it's just one. All right. You never know. You never know. So, this right here, Ghost Rider Spirits of Vengeance, and it is signed That's like the infinity signature, which is what they call that. So I thought that that was just like a magic marker that just changed colors as he wrote, but if you look in there, you'll see it's really just one marker for each color, right? So you kind of write a little bit, switch it up, write a little bit more, switch it up. But either way, so that's that, and that's just going to be this Ghost Rider thing, which I thought looked pretty cool. So that's kind of why I picked it up. That's really the only selling point for me a lot of times, right? Like I don't care how limited something may be. I mean that it can be cool to get something that's limited. One of those Psylocke covers I think was like a one in 100 or something type of thing. But I'm not even sure which one that was. You know what I'm saying? Probably that Virgin one. That would be my guess anyway. But anyways, let's go ahead and see what's going on in this next one, right? Probably more comics. So I did see this Frosty the Snowman shirts came out today. I'll probably get that one because when I was younger in some little daycare thing, I remember this kid at the daycare, like he walked out with one of the books, and I was like, "Hey, that kid's stealing one of the books. What's going on here? Get yourselves together, people! Stop him! He's a madman!" And then they're like, "No, Tristan, dude, calm down. He's just gonna borrow that book for tonight. You know, he's gonna bring it back in the morning." And I was like, "Oh, really? Can I borrow a book too?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure. Which one?" And I was like, I wasn't ready for that, so I'm like, this one." And it was Frosty the Snowman, right? So I borrowed Frosty the Snowman so I could take it home that night, read it, and bring it back in the morning. That book is on my mother's shelf to this day, right? Yeah, basically stole that book. I didn't mean to steal it, but it's just like so many years passed, and it's like that place is still there. I see it every time I go back to Iowa, and I always think like, should I bring that book back? I mean, it's still technically theirs, but maybe they don't miss it. I don't know. So there's a little story for you that means mostly nothing. This kind of derails me like opening these packages. But sometimes I do like to give you a little bit of insight into the person you're watching, because maybe that little bit of insight into the person you're watching will make you realize I shouldn't watch this person. Because I've watched people before and thought, wow, this is not a good person or something. That's why you stop kind of following certain things. I haven't had that issue lately, I don't believe. Let's see, get this thing off of here. All right. So these two, kind of similar to the Psylocke thing. Oh, I meant to say that. I meant to show you the back end, right? Is this numbered? Yeah. There you go. 8. That 8 of 555. That's a very odd number, but okay. It's probably some kind of significance to it. This one is, what's that? 894 of 919. Okay, also odd. And this one is 22 of 616. So that being this one and this one over here. So basically both the same thing. Sometimes it's just a little bit cheaper to buy both. So like I was saying, this one over here is the standard one where it's got like all the words, not a whole lot of there, but then a little bit down there. Then the Virgin ones don't have anything. They're just kind of left there. Oh, that's signed. That probably makes me, oh, they're both signed. Okay. I don't always remember what's going on. It does even say certificate of authenticity on the back. Should have seen that coming. But yeah, so I guess I bought like a signed set of these. I'm not 100% sure why, like, because if you buy like the unsigned versions, yeah, it's like usually like $30 for the Virgin or $40 for both of them, but it'd be like 45 to 50 individually if you like added the prices together. And I don't know why. I don't know what I was thinking as far as that. I probably could have done without and just got like the unsigned one, but it's one of those things. What's done is done. It's here now. It's a part of my life, and I'm just gonna have it until I don't need it anymore, I guess. I don't know. So up next we have this one right here. So this is gonna be an WWE Ultimate Edition Eddie Guerrero. Actually, just talking about Eddie Guerrero, thinking about Eddie Guerrero earlier for some reason. Can't remember why, but he crossed my mind. So there you got the 2 extra heads in there. Got the cloth shirt, soft goods shirt. Eddie Guerrero is my favorite wrestler. And that is the Cruiserweight title. That's what they have down in there. A couple extra hands. And then that's Eddie Guerrero right there. I did miss out on the last one they did. That was a Walmart exclusive. Around the same time, they put out a Rey Mysterio. This was also a Walmart exclusive, but it worked out a little easier this time around. I do still need to go back and look for that last one though. I just kind of forgot until honestly like right now. All right, let's go ahead and open this thing up. So this comes from Unknown Comics also, right? So, well, I say also, like this other stuff did. It did not. But it is going to be, some comic book related type stuff. What exactly, I honestly don't recall. But this is some heavy duty tape they have going on here, which is good because you don't want people getting in here stealing your stuff, right? That's no good. But it's the holiday season, so you got to be cautious of that because it's certainly a thing that's happening. Right? Happens every year. People are, oh my God, they're stealing packages. Like, yeah, that's a thing. So if you can do the FedEx pickup at location or UPS pickup at location thing, that's probably going to be like a good thing to do right about now, right? If you're ordering stuff of value that people can tell is of value. And then again, I think people will steal anything nowadays. So, okay, so there's one thing. And there should be something else in here. And trying not to get a bunch of like packing peanuts everywhere. I'm doing okay so far. All right, so we're just going to sit that guy right down there. All right, and well, now this. So this thing is packaged up pretty securely. So just going to find out where the tape is and so I can get into this thing, which doesn't seem to be so easy in this moment. There was so much stuff on this apparently. I'm just going to cut on into the side of it and see if that works. And it's barely working, honestly. But the thing is, I can't really see where the tape is in here. So that's why I'm just kind of going at it like this madman of sorts. And this is going to be the David Nakayama art book, I think. I think that's what this is. Because they had a version that was like the standard one. Then they had the New York Comic-Con edition. And the only difference about the Comic-Con one was, as they often are, minor presentation adjustment. In this case, it comes with a dust cover, what they call those things. If you can ever get into it anyway. But we're getting there. We're getting there. And now there's a whole fresh layer right under there. So, again, I can't complain about this because this book is going to arrive in great condition. And if they didn't do this and it was damaged, then I would wish they did. So can't complain about it because it's really just for the best to have it done this way, ultimately. Because otherwise, this here paper cover thing might have been all torn up. You saw I was cutting into this thing. So there you go. You got Psylocke on the front. I'm a big fan. Maybe you saw I bought some comics from her of her recently. On the back, you got the Phoenix, right? And it's kind of like a nice little red foil sort of gloss thing on the edges of the paper. So this thing is basically going to be a whole lot of this, like various art of different characters, right? So you can buy like the standard version straight from Amazon or whatever. It's like 70 maybe. I think it's like 70, 75. This one was like 90. And so you have that, right? Like he's got this sign thing on there. It's not sign, but it's got his little art print. And this is what it would normally look like, right? So it's the same exact book, just with an extra cover thing around it. So it's pretty cool. I do like this one. That's why I got it. And then this right here is going to be a box of something. It says 1 of 2. I wonder what that means. Like, is there something else in that box? I need to look in that box because it says 1 of 2. Unless they're talking about like this was item number 2. That's probably what they mean. Because if this is 4 comics, that's everything. And it's looking like it might just be. So let's go ahead, cut on into some more. Actually, I don't need to. They just have some simple tape on here, which is good. Okay. So, actually, no, I was wrong. It's on the sides, too. These people get really happy with the tapes around here. Let's see, and that. All right. So there we go. Now we're into it. And this is going to be 4 versions of the same thing. I'll show you these two, and then I'll show you the next two. So both of these are going to be foil covers. They're both Jean Grey or the Phoenix, depends on how you want to look at it, right? Whichever one you see first. So you got that going on. I'll show you this one real quick. Get you the art up close. So there you go. I saw this like months ago, and I didn't get it because I was like, I don't need that. I don't want to deal with shipping it back. That's a big thing when you're at these comic conventions. And then these are the other ones, right? Same thing, just different colors, right? Ever play Mortal Kombat like years and years ago, and like you see Sub-Zero and Scorpion, and it's like the same thing, just different colors? Yeah, that's what happened there, right? So now let's move along. See what's going on in this poster tube. You want to bet that it's a poster? Yeah, this is stapled shut. What is going on with these people? They are really don't want you to get into these things sometimes. So now I'm wondering if I can just like manhandle this thing out of here. Apparently you can. If you want it enough, you just got to dig deep, get that testicular fortitude involved, and then everything comes together. All right, so let's go ahead and open this thing up a little bit. Cut there, cut here, and see what's the hats. Oh, okay. This comes from Mondo, mondoshop.com. I buy some stuff from them once in a while. This isn't as big as the other poster, which I'm thrilled about because the other poster is freaking huge. So this annual like Shattershot X-Men thing, right? See, that got a nice little glimmer to it, huh? Yeah, a little foil action there. So you just have the X-Men kind of doing X-Men things, right? A couple of my favorites. You know, not in any particular order. I'm not going to sit here and say who it is, like from A to B or from 1 to 6 or how many people are on there, but I like them all for the most part, I guess, right? Yeah, they're all pretty good. Either way, so that comes from Mondo. It's pretty nice. It's fairly thick, right? So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to pick up a poster box now. Or not a poster box, but like a poster frame thing now. Is that the same size? Might be the same size. And you know, the thing is, like, I don't even know where I'm gonna put that thing, right? Like, I saw it and thought it would be cool to have, bought it. Then when they sent me the tracking number, because it was like months later, I'm like, what is this, right? So now I barely even remember that coming out, but I do remember the other one that I got at San Diego Comic-Con, because that one was pretty awesome. I mean, I like that one too. I'm just saying the other one like had a little more flash and pizzazz to it, right? Set that there. What is this? Is this like taped in or something? I tried to pull this thing out and it did not budge. What is this? Let's see. All right. I am really just walling myself in here. Like, there's so much stuff on the floor now. All right. So there's that. And this, what is this? Oh, okay. This, anybody ever watch those Alex Ross unboxings I do? This comes from that, right? So there's not going to be an unboxing for that this month because they had some stuff going on and they figured it was just easier not to. So instead they sent these out, which is like just a free litho, you know? So that's pretty cool. It's Captain America, like probably like my least favorite Avenger, like easily. And this certificate of authenticity, Captain America Ready for Battle, limited edition, fine art lithograph print created at San Diego Comic-Con as a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. So that's pretty cool. I remember seeing the Alex Ross booth. I didn't buy anything there because his stuff is pricey. And I thought to myself, well, I'm just going to admire his things from a distance because I don't see myself ever giving him like that kind of money, right? Not that he didn't deserve it, but he's just, you know, there were a lot of numbers on some of those things and they were high numbers. So I was like, I'm going to just not. This stuff's all falling apart. What is this? Oh, okay, so these are some race strap things I bought because like you got a run coming up and you know you can buy these little, what do you call them, like road IDs. So I'm gonna hold this back here, but basically it's kind of like those DNR types of things that you see some people wearing where it has like information about them. So that's all this is. You just kind of like wear it I got one for my cousin because he's like younger and stuff. So in case something happens during this race, like somebody can like grab him and like look at his wrist and like know who to talk to. And I got myself one as well because there's a sale. So it's kind of a cool thing to have. You can get those from Road ID or anywhere else that sells little bracelets, right? They also make the kinds where you can put them on other things. So like my Garmin, I have the Forerunner 965. You can buy little things that will just like go onto this band, it'll be the same information. It's just you don't have to worry an extra thing, which is super convenient, right? So this is going to be a Roosevelt's bag here. Some people might recognize those because, I do have a couple of those videos up there on the internet. Feel free to watch them or not watch them. Whatever you feel like makes no sense, do that. So this first one, let's see. And it comes with a little hot dog sticker, right? Hot dog going crazy, says Roosevelt's at the bottom, written in ketchup or blood, probably ketchup. And okay, set that down there. This is going to be a Santa Claus thing, right? So he's just kind of doing a lot of other stuff, because you can't be like delivering gifts all the time, right? So there's that. He's kind of hanging out, doing a little bit of surfing, hanging out with this chick over there, probably Mrs. Claus, or maybe it's not Mrs. Claus, because sometimes you get married and you go on vacation and you just pretend you're not married. That's the thing people do, right? I'm not married, so I can't really say how that goes, but either way, it is a thing that happens. So there you go. That is Santa Claus out there living life. Put that guy right there. Move on to this guy right here. It's going to be very much the same thing, but with a slight switch up somehow, some way. Where's the sticker thing? Let's find that. So this one, that's a new one. Roosevelt's Leisure Club with this like little skeleton sort of guy going on here. Kind of reminds me of these guys from They Live up in the top. There's a better picture of them somewhere. I don't know. I got this up like that guy. Kind of reminds me of that guy. All right. Anyway, so let's go ahead. Like I said, this here also Santa Claus. This time he's wars or something. He's on an airplane and he's surfing a little bit. Got a volcano in there. Yeah. Apparently Santa Claus is a busy dude. He's got a jet ski. He's like Kenny Powers. Anybody ever watch that show, Eastbound and Down? I was a big fan of it while it was happening. All right. Knife is right here. Keep this thing moving. Ooh, actually, I should not cut into the middle of this because this package is a little pricey and I need it to be in condition that I can use tomorrow. So let's go ahead and play this one smart. Can't do it like that Psylocke thing where I'm just like stabbing and cutting into it. All right. So what is that? That is the wrist. Oh, I don't quite remember why I got that, but I did. Whatever. All right. So this right there, it's a Tracer 2 racer vest thing, right? I do a lot of running. I don't know if anybody is aware of that. I know I post these like probably unnecessary community things about it that most people probably are just like, I don't care about this. And I get it, right? But I do it. It's mostly for me so I can remember quickly like what I've been doing as far as like what shoes I've been running in so I can keep myself on track with what I need to talk about later. It's a whole thing. Either way, so this right here kind of has like this glowing thing on the back, little reflective type of strap over here, right? And then these pieces up at the top, they're kind of like little, what do you call them? Like those glow stick things, but they're straps. And so it charges through USB and then you just run around at night and then you look like that somewhat, right? Now, also, in addition to that, on the front of it, you can put this little lamp thing on there, which is handy because you can aim it, wherever you need to aim it. I'll be pointing this at the ground because it gets crazy dark over here. And it's even worse when you're running through places with like trees because then you don't even get the moonlight. So it's nice to be able to see like the terrain you're on. So that's where the light comes in, right? So this comes from Knox Gear. They had a little promo they were doing because everybody has a little promo they're doing because it's Black Friday month, basically. Eventually, Black Friday is going to be like a whole year long. It's going to be ridiculous. So I bought that, and I also bought this, which is a wrist thing. So I figured this one might be handy if I'm ever out on just like trails where I'm not running, so I don't need the full-on thing. but you can have it on your wrist, and then you can still just kind of see where you're going, right? So that was what I bought a few days ago, and I will be putting that to use tomorrow night when I go out running, unless something goes wrong between now and then. But as of right now, the plan is to go out and knock out a few miles or something, probably 3 to 4. That's usually how that works. And then this coming Saturday and Sunday, got a 5K and a 10K on those respective days. So we'll see how that whole thing works out. That should be my last run with the the Glide Ride Max. Well, I won't say my last run, but it'll be the last one before I solidify my thoughts, because honestly, like, I want to like those a lot, but right now I kind of have some thoughts that aren't I'm not going to say they're not pleasant or whatever, but it's kind of not like living up to some of the expectations I had. So I want to see, like, is this just like a mental thing, or am I actually like remembering this right? So I need to break out the glide rides, the Kenseis, and the Super Blast over the weekend, get my thoughts together, and then I'll let you guys know how that whole thing plays out, hopefully soon. Those types of videos are usually pretty easy to get through, so it shouldn't be too much to it. All right, there's a lot going on here. So this comes from, I think, Hobby Genki, maybe? Because it doesn't look like an Ami. Hey, check it out. There's that little extra face. Every now and then, I get these like Japan-based figures, right? But you got to go through them if you want to get like the extra faces sometimes, or just like the random other things. So that's a little extra Batman head that it comes with. So I'm not going to open this up fully right now, but basically there you go. Revoltech, Amazing Yamaguchi. You might remember these. I have some Spider-Man ones and a Moon Knight one and an Iron Man one somewhere. Just turn it around. There's some better pictures over there, right? So that's kind of what it looks like, right? Has somewhat of an armored look to him, you know. I don't think that's going to focus or anything, but whatever. So I'll just move on over to here, back this up just a little bit. So it's superposable. A friend of mine, he got his already, broke it out, and was telling me about it at work the other day. So it's pretty cool. I like the detailing that they do on these. I think I can possibly show it to you a little bit without having to like get too deep into it. Let me see here. Because these things are made to be opened and whatnot, right? So let's see, bring that there. Oh, and there is just, everything's taped down. Everything that I'm trying to do. So there we go. All right. These batarangs are a little out of place because that's just kind of how that works. But it'll be fine. I'll deal with it later. Oh, this thing smells like, it's terrible. So either way, that's what he's looking like, right? Obviously, there's a lot of plastic stuff around it, but it's pretty all right. Just take my word for it. So I'm going to set this here. But yeah, Amazing Yamaguchi. I should not hold this knife by the blade. I'm about to cut my whole hand off over here, right? Wouldn't be the first time. I mean, there was a Hirachi video I did a while ago, white and red pair from the DNA pack, right? Yeah, cut my fingers in that video, and so then I just had to hold the shoe all weird for the rest of the video so I didn't like bleed on it because it was mostly white, right? There's a little bit of red on there, but it wasn't the same red as blood, so it would have showed up for sure. Probably should have just like stopped recording for a minute, but I do my stuff all in one shot, right? And if it's ever not, then it's like super noticeable because I'll, you know, cut away from the camera and come back. It'll be dark instead of sunlight now or something. So yeah, super noticeable, but I do prefer to do everything all in one. Just get it done with, you know? Move on with my day so you can move on with your day. All right, last, certainly not least, because this is Seth freaking Rollins. This is another Ultimate style, like the Eddie Guerrero, just a different person. He's got his big flaming thing that he wore. It's some kind of Elton John type of gear that he had on. So I'm a big Seth Rollins fan, right? So I can't say I bought all of his figures, but I buy a lot of them. So that's what this figure is from. Does it say what that was? Clash at the Castle. That's what it was. So there you go. I got his little stats on there and all that. And the way these work, this is a fan takeover one. So I don't know where these votes happen. I've never actually seen the polls, but apparently somewhere you'll see these things and it'll give you like the options. And this is the one that won. That's not really showing up so great. So there's Clash at the Castle 2022, Elimination Chamber 2013, and WWE Day 1 2022. Those were the options, and that's how that whole thing played out. So there you go. That's everything. I don't see anything left. So I'm going to give you this one last option if anybody has any, because I'm not going to be doing another live for a bit, I don't think. I don't have anything coming in. I don't have anything on order. So I don't have another reason to sit down here and talk to anybody. So if you have some questions that you like might want to throw up and you're thinking like, I'll just wait till he does another one, you're going to be waiting a while, right? So if you have something on your mind, whether it's related to anything that you saw here today or not, this is kind of like your window to like say your little question. I'll give you whatever makes sense as an answer, and then we'll just move on, right? So I just want to let you know that, because you can catch me in the comment section later, but I am super slow to respond to the comment section, and I am super short when I do respond most of the time, right? A lot of very concise answers, or like, oh, cool, whatever, things like that. So this is like the best time to get like an actual response out of me. So I'll give you that moment. Otherwise, I'm going to start closing this thing up, and I'll see if anything pops up. From me to you, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I did record a string of videos today, 5 of them. So those will be trickling out probably next week. I got to do some on feet things for 2 of them. And the other ones, I think I have all the pictures and stuff I need already. So those will probably trickle on out next week, right? And like I said, I don't have anything else like on the way or anything, and I'm not really looking forward to too much. I might get a pair of Nova Blast 5s, but I'm gonna hold off until I run around with these Glide Ride Maxes again, because they use the same foam, and I want to double check some things. But I think I might also get a chance to demo those Nova Blast 5s early next month anyway, so maybe I'll just wait. I don't know. But either way, so that's what's coming up for me. Otherwise, I'm going to get on going here. It says, appreciate the videos. I appreciate the watching if you watch them. I don't know if you do, or if you're just saying you like the fact that I'm making videos. Honestly, I put up stuff sometimes, right? And I'll go back to like, because I set my stuff on a schedule, and then it's like, oh, it's like 9:30, Then I look at the time, oh, it's 9:30. Like, let me go and add that thing to the playlist, because it has gone live. And I go and I click on it to add it, and it's like, oh, there's like a little thumbs up or 2 on there, and I'm like, who is like watching these or clicking on these already and just liking it? Like, this could be a terrible video. I've made some awful videos, even by my standards, right? But people are in there, they're just like, no, I'm sure it's good. Tristan made it. Wrong idea. But either way, I appreciate the thought of doing that. I honestly just don't get it. It's just weird to me, right? So there you go. I just like to give you the actual insight as far as what's going on in my mind, because I feel like it's good to be transparent. Anybody agree or disagree? All right. Kevin says, have a happy Thanksgiving, Tristan. I plan to. I'll be doing a 5K that day, so should be a fun time in the morning, and then I'll think about how that went the rest of the day and be like, man, this could have gone so much better. No matter how good I do on anything, it's always like, it was fine. It's just one of those things. You're your own worst critic. Some also say you're your own worst enemy. Anyways, I'm a subscriber and enjoy the content. And he's got some little bicep thing going on. You working out? Appreciate it. So I do appreciate the comments and whatnot. The compliments is what I meant to say. They're very similar words, but sometimes the wrong word comes out. You do a lot of this sitting here talking, your success rate for getting things out the first time correctly starts to drop over time, right? But it is what it is. It's been a long day, man. It's been a really long day, but it's over now. So I'm going to go. I'm going to move on. I got to edit that video, because I got to send those to my cousin. So I want to make sure I have everything I need. So I'm going to do the video now, because I'm pretty sure I forgot to do the whole, like, my opinion portion of that video. Very sure of that. So we'll see. But yeah, thanks again for stopping in, to all of you who stopped in for, whatever. But go ahead. Again, so many other things to do with your time, and most of them are better than this. Not drugs, people. Those are bad from what I hear. But other stuff, you know, you can go get a coloring book or something. I don't know. But thanks again. I do appreciate it, all jokes aside. So I'll cross paths with some of you at some other point. Later, people.